Hi, everybody. This is your announcement for October 22nd for History 202G. Today is Monday, and we are starting week 11 in the semester. I know that last night was the due date for the Critical Mission Atomic Bomb paper, mini paper, last night at 11 o'clock, and I was a bit concerned because only 12 students submitted papers. So if you're out there and you're watching this announcement and you did not submit your paper last night, you can still submit your paper. It will be considered late, but you can still submit your paper. The assignment will stay open in Canvas until October 28th at 11 p.m. Okay, so once again, your paper will be graded late, but it's better than a zero. Okay, so if you can get your paper in, please do that. All right, and that's what I'm going to be doing this week is reading those papers. Okay, and I'm looking forward to that. Meanwhile, you will also move on to Module 4.2, and this is our module on the Cold War. So this module is a little less intense than the last module. This is more of an overview of the Cold War in general, which is the period of time that follows World War II. So starting at about 1947 is when it really gets underway. So for this week's module, you're to read a couple of things. There's 2 chapters in the textbook that you're to read, as well as I have a written commentary that I wrote about this period of time as well. So please read those things. They are essential, they're required, and they will help you. And this is an interesting period because I guess I grew up, I was born in the midst of the Cold War in the 1960s, in 1964. Yeah, that's how old I am. And so for my whole life until 1991, when finally the Soviet Union ceased to exist and became the Russian, I think, Federation at that time, the Cold War was very real. And what that meant is that there was this very adversarial, contentious relationship between the United States and what was then the Soviet Union, which is now Russia. And it was a scary time because there were nuclear weapons that both sides had. So you remember the atomic bomb? Well, that just became more and more. Nuclear weapons were created and assembled. Both countries developed different ways of delivering nuclear bombs, like on missiles, torpedoes for submarines. And so the big fear was of a nuclear war between the Soviet Union and the United States. So, and there's a lot more that goes into this period of what, like 60 years, if I do my math right, between the time that the Cold War begins and that it ends. So anyway, I hope you enjoy reading about that, and it's interesting because it's not over. It seems that just today a news story has come out that President Trump is possibly going to withdraw the United States from a nuclear arms treaty that with Russia that has been in existence since 1987. So I'm going to post a little news article with the announcement so you can just look at that and be informed that this is still an issue. Okay, and now it's not just the US and Russia. There are many other countries who also have nuclear weapons, which is troubling. Okay, all right, so as far as your work this week, you're to read, okay, read chapters, I think it's 35 and 36 in the book, read my comments, and then you have a quiz, which is due on the 23rd, and then your discussion, the final due date is October 25th. So that means your first post is due 2 days before that, 48 hours before that. All right, so that's what's going on for this week. I hope you have a good week. It's a little bit more chill for you. Okay, you're not frantically working on a paper, but there is work to do. Okay, all right. So hang in there. I know this is a tough time of the semester, and I know people are starting to get tired. and we're sort of in the middle, and we got a long ways to go still. So just hang in there, keep your spirits up, keep engaged with the material. It's really interesting. I think it just gets more interesting as we progress through the semester, and so I hope you enjoy it. Okay, all right. So I will let it go at that, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.